What is going on, everyone? We are here with Menachem Fisher discussing current events with a Geuladic, messianic, people don't like that word, redemption outlook.
That's going to be Michel's job, to add that in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do we got going on, Menachem? Here's a video.
I love Nick Fuentes, by the way.
You love Nick Fuentes? Yeah, I'm also.
He's like a classic yeshiva macher. That's first of all. He happens to be right about everything, and also he
is right. I kind of feel that he's like spot on. He's
right.
A raging anti-Semite, but like he's coming from like.
No, but I also
he's an honest guy.
He's a very honest guy, and I managed to love it. I also like that we're getting a taste of what the old, good, smart anti-Semites were.
Yeah, I like that.
We grew up thinking that anti-Semites are dumb. Right? We had like a period of it, just like stupid anti-Semites would run in and do crazy
His
things.
Anti-Semitism comes from a
regular, traditional,
regulated place. Yeah,
I remember growing up thinking like Haman was like this.
It's like, I don't want to be next to the Jews. I hate them. I don't like them. They don't belong here. Get them out of here. And I appreciate that. It's like, don't come up with weird excuses.
Yeah, exactly. But I remember growing up thinking like Haman. Like, who is this Haman guy? Like, Haman was like this whole sophisticated guy. Oh man, the 50 Amos pillar, right? And I think the Chazal say there's something 50 can I get 50, whatever. There's all these calculations east of Haman. They all have these deep calculations. They knew exactly what they were doing. Bilam, they all knew what they were doing. They weren't idiots. Hitler. I was reading a book now. It's just, to think Hitler was stupid is just crazy. He was a genius. A very smart guy.
Hitler was brilliant.
He might have been very evil. That's just a good way to put it. Hamas, by the way, also. The Israelis we just never seem to understand. We never seem to understand Hamas. They were brilliant, and they outsmarted us. They're a crazy society, crazy ideology.
Yeah, that I would differ with a little bit. I think Hamas is not very smart. The Israeli government are just really dumb when it comes to dealing with Arabs.
Yichas Sinwar spent 20 years understanding Israeli culture, all our weaknesses, all the legal weaknesses, all that stuff. And he knew exactly, again, October 7th, they got past some of the best defenses in the world. They knew exactly, they weren't idiots. There were no human intelligence inside penetrating Hamas. It means we, deep inside Iran, we have people all over the place, able to blow up. Hamas, we couldn't get into. I'm not saying they're these mathematicians, but they understood their enemy very well. They were very driven, they were very focused. The point is anti-Semites traditionally are smart. They're not stupid. They don't stand for what we stand for. That's what they
right. The left in America is like it's a new breed of anti-Semitism. They have no idea why they hate the Jews. They're just following the crowd. It's just like, what's in? Oh, hating Jews again? We're doing that. Oh, that's fun. Let's just do that.
The Al Shark and whatever. These I forgot these guys. Jews are jewelry and all that. So that's stupid anti-Semitism.
So someone sent me this clip. I love this clip. Check this out, guys.
One's in the chat if you agree. We're going to take all these Shapiros, the Weinsteins, the Epsteins, and we're going to take the Zorans, the Hassans, and the Ilhans. We're going to get them all together. We're going to put them on a ship, and we're going to send them back to the Middle East. Send them back to the desert. You can have them. Let's get all the towel heads on one side, tiny hats on the other. We're going to put them on a big luxury cruise ship or a giant Boeing 737 MAX, and we can send them all right back to the Middle East. All day long, they'll be going to Iraq, they'll be going to Israel, they'll be going to Turkey. They can all go back. Thank you. We had a great time together, but I think it's time for you to leave. You know who should be running New York? The Irish, the Italians, the English, the Germans, the Dutch, not Jews.
Well, basically, yeah. He goes on and on. But what do you think of that?
That's pretty blunt.
So the guy who sent me this...
I want to think about it. Also, everyone thinks Nick Fuentes is this outcast, random guy. How many young kids follow Nick Fuentes? A lot.
Millions, probably.
I don't know the exact number, but a lot of young Americans, especially now after that whole, you can't be a boy and everyone wants to be a big man. That whole thing, you couldn't be a regular white man for 10 years, and then that pushback. It's all Menachem, obviously, but it's pushing back really hard, and I was like, God, it was the Jews behind it. No, whatever. Sort of. That's what's happening. Look at all the questions at the TPUSA. Why is Israel controlling America? That's all they ask. JD Vance. That they keep asking Charlie Kirk, and now Charlie Kirk is dead. Everyone thought Charlie Kirk would stop it. Charlie Kirk is dead. It's just, it's interesting. Again, this is the future of America. 5, 6, 7, 8 years, these people will be 4 years from now, who's the next president?
Yeah, this guy's going to be huge. This guy would probably be running for
the next president can't really be so pro-Israel anymore on the election field. He might have to be again. America still has needs Israel. It's very clear.
Although Trump seems pro-Israel, and we all appreciate his work that he attempts to do, but at the end of the day, he's doing much more damage than good with everything.
Okay, whatever.
We were literally like basically done destroying Hamas.
You want to get into the ceasefire? We should get to that.
We'll get to that next.
Okay.
But just Nick Fuentes.
Yeah. This guy is just a classic yeshiva.
I watched this video. I'm like, this guy is spot on. Yeah. He's absolutely correct. Right. If I was a guy, a Gentile living in America,
right,
I would completely agree with him. Like a lot of non-Jews, they don't know anything about the Jews.
Right.
They just know what they hear in the news, and we seem like the worst in the news. And so if I was him, I would say the same thing. I would just say, look, at the end of the day, America was doing great. Arabs, Jews seem to be causing problems in every direction. Just get them out of the country and let's move on with a regular, normal, healthy white country. Later on in this video, he also mentions that black people shouldn't be around either. I hear him. He's just like everyone that's causing no offense against black people, obviously. I mean, especially the Jewish black folk. They're the best. But at the end of the day, what?
Nick Fuentes, I mean, he's not. Yeah,
he's saying things as it is. At the end of the day, the Jews aren't causing problems, but there are certain communities. He talks about the Spanish here also. There's certain communities that are causing a lot of crime, causing a lot of problems.
Right.
The Jews are just seem annoying if you don't really know much about them. So I think he's spot on, and I think that at the end of the day, his message is very powerful. I think a lot of Jews in America should watch this video because he's speaking to them. Get on a boat. Just get out of there.
Yeah.
He's saying it from a place of hate. And the Jews in America should hear it exactly the way he's saying it, from a place of hate. The Goyim hate you. They will keep hating you. They will hate you more and more. And I just want to talk about this also for a second. The trajectory of America is more and more anti-Semitic politicians, more and more anti-Semitic podcasters, more and more anti-Semitic news. And Jews keep trying to fight it. They keep trying to rally against it. We have to better this, better that. We have to try to push against it and make a Kiddush Hashem and kiss up to them and this and that. It's not going to change. Right now, Mamdani is running for mayor, and you have obviously tons of anti-Semitic politicians. I saw this video going around now. This guy from Jackson.
Oh yeah, sure. Chris Pollock.
Chris Pollock. Is he Jewish? Pollock sounds like
I don't know. He sounds Pollock maybe he's Jewish.
Raging anti-Semitic and we see how fast it's moving.
Wait, I actually want to say something. I don't think Chris Pollock's an anti-Semite. I think we also are a little bit missing some brains in how we just dealt with certain things. What happened in Lakewood Jackson, I think, it was a little bit insensitive to the neighbors, and it was stupid. I think there's some things that are just, okay, it's normal, natural, and then, again, if all of a sudden your neighbor was taken over by another sect, imagine the other way around. Imagine all of a sudden Lakewood, all of a sudden a group of non-Jews started moving into Lakewood, black
50 Hispanics just show up there blocking by every house.
You would feel like your neighbor's being taken over.
Yeah,
he's not an anti-Semite.
I agree with him.
He might be an
anti-Semite. I agree with him.
Yeah.
I agree with Mamdani. If I was a Muslim,
right,
and I believed in what Muslims believe in, I would also want to get rid of all the Jews.
No, but I mean to say there's two things going on over here. There's there's a little bit of stupidity going on our side, a lot of stupidity, and then the way they fight it is even more stupid because when you fight something, you just reinforce the position they say that you're controlling everything and you're shutting everybody down. The ADL put together amazing statistics, but I think sometimes when they do what they actually do is they just make an anti-Semite a bigger anti-Semite. Because when you start isolating Nick Fuentes, you just make him more popular and more, you see they're coming out against me. Whatever. I mean, it's hard to know how to deal with it. It's a very complicated situation. But overall, like you're saying, again, they're very clear about what they want. They might be right about certain things. You're a little bit taken over.
I just think it's hilarious.
It's a normal way to feel. You would feel the same way if it was in your community.
Absolutely.
And
I agree with him.
And we have to be careful about it because it's a real thing.
And for the Jew, and everyone's busy analyzing, why is he saying this? What do we do to fight it? What do we do to stop anti-Semitism? You don't do anything. You get up and leave.
Exactly.
This happens again and again. It's happened in every generation. It's happened in every country we've lived in. And I say, give this Nick guy a bigger platform. Give Tucker Carlson a bigger platform. This is what America wants. Give them giant platforms. And Jews, get on out of there. come to Eretz Yisrael, and everyone, they're still going to hate us, but who cares? We'll be able to do our job here, and eventually they won't hate us, because soon we will be the light unto the nations that we're supposed to be, and they'll come to respect us.
So I think we were saying before, it's like
Nick is from Menachem.
It's one of the things that got me thinking of coming to Eretz Yisrael. And I think people should come to Eretz Yisrael not because they're scared. I think they should come to Eretz Yisrael because they just want to be part of the major opportunity.
Absolutely. And we say that all the time. But if you're not going to come for that, come because you're scared.
If you're doing anything over here and you just want, like Yeshua Pfeffer told me, it's like, it's amazing that you came here. He said, you chose to be part of something instead of just on the side watching. I've heard from a few people, and I think that's like a huge opportunity. Anything you do in Eretz Yisrael, with a little bit of work, you can be involved in major organization, major cause. If you like politics, not a big deal to get involved in politics in some way, shape, or form. Anything you feel like you want to correct the situation, you feel like there's something wrong going on in Eretz Yisrael, on any side of the political aisle, come here, be part of it. Be part of it, facts on the ground, whatever you stand for. There's so much good you could do. It's a small country.
Yeah.
It's two people away from knowing a guy that works in the municipality. 2 people away from knowing a guy that works in the federal government. How many people I know that actually, like firsthand know, I'm just a little guy, like how many people I know that actually know like top people in the government
and you have such rising anti-Semitism in America. Anyone who can pull their head out of the giant hole that it's in would agree that it's not going away. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse until the Jews need to leave. So anyone who's not coming to Eretz Yisrael now is just being selfish, because they're just letting their children have to be the ones to run away when it's way worse.
Well, how it's going to get worse? Because I think people think like, oh, you're just exaggerating. I don't know. Is it going to get worse?
It's going to get worse.
So quiet in Brooklyn and Muncie and Lakewood.
Let's go back a year.
What's brewing under the surface? Is there something brewing that people are missing? Or?
So besides the fact that there are obviously slowly more anti-Semitic politicians, more anti-Semitic podcasters, more anti-Semitic, everything is becoming more anti-Semitic, but it's becoming okay, which is how it always was in other countries. Like in every country, even in Nazi Germany, people think they were just like killing Jews. No. Even Hitler himself didn't say kill all the Jews. At first it was like relocation for their benefit. It's slow. If you look at how fast America went from we don't condone hate, we love everyone, this and that, to get rid of all the Jews, and that becoming a normal thing to say. And and the more politically correct, they don't say like people. Nick, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owen, these people, right? So they just say it openly. Fine, fantastic. But then the more politically correct people, like the news, they'll just say things like they'll talk about the Israel-Palestine conflict and how that's a big issue, and how Jews in New York are connected to that, and that could be a problem. Like they'll say it in roundabout ways, but they're still saying to any person very openly that the Jews here are a problem. Jews are a problem. Right. Israel's a problem. Jews are a problem. Everything about us is a problem. And it's give it another year or two. I mean, they already have protests. Right. Death to Israel. Right. You have that crazy dude. Death to the IDF.
Death to the IDF. Death to the IDF. Death to the IDF. Death to the IDF.
And that's like becoming like a norm. Like he's not the only. Okay, he did it very loud and proud, but that's becoming a very normal thing. If you see another singer tomorrow, you saw that Coldplay famous video that went around? This lead singer of Coldplay, from Israel. Oh, well, we love you because you're a human, or some nonsense like that.
Where did you come from today? From Israel. Okay, well. Okay, well, listen. I'm going to say this. I'm very grateful that you're here as humans, and I'm treating you as equal humans on earth, regardless of where you come from or don't come from. Thank you for being here. We're grateful, and thank you for being loving and kind. Okay, and running aside. And although it's controversial, maybe, I also want to welcome people in the audience from Palestine, because we have a belief that we're all equal human.
He didn't even know what to say. It's like, a Jew? Oh my God, what do I do?
Crazy.
I can't just not make believe that she's not a Jew, because then I'd be a Jew lover. But I can't openly, I'm Coldplay, right? I'm a super sweet, peaceful guy. I can't openly say, oh, you're a Jew. I called up the wrong person. Please go off the stage. So it's like, well, you're a human, so we like you. And it's like, that's becoming a normal thing. It's like you're a human, so I guess you can stay on the stage and we can appreciate you to some extent. I mean, that's what did Hitler do? He just convinced the people we're not humans. Like that's it. Like they hate us for every reason, but because we're still human, we have to like, so just like Hitler, they'll just, at a certain point, someone will get up and be like, well, they're not really human. They're actually sons of the devil, sons of Satan. And then it's like, oh, so they're not human.
Saying that already,
they already, and it's just becoming more and more normal. All these things are becoming more and more normal. And even if you say, well, it's not so bad yet, look at how fast it's happening. And then just ask yourself, you think your children are going to live in America? Do you really? Crazy. If you do, you are the stupidest idiot I have ever met in my entire life. Like, I'm very comfortable saying that. Like, because this is not the first time this happened. Even if it was the first time this happened, we can see that where this is going. Right. But this has happened hundreds of times. Every country we have lived in, it started out the same way. The Jews are this, the Jews are that. 2-3 years later, throw them all out, kill them all. It's
crazy. I mean, like you're saying, now, first of all, everyone remembers the Black Lives Matter protests, right? It was years of changing a narrative of the way that we view the police until finally the opportunity came. I mean, there were other riots before that, but the reason why they rioted against the police was because the narrative for a bunch of years before that on the news, especially in that part of the Black community, was very anti the cops, and it was in the culture it existed enough. They had support from the left, and they were anti the cops, and then eventually, perfect time, bad situation. During the COVID riots, there were massive amount of police that were beat up. Okay, and that's cops. Okay, they have guns. But that didn't happen in a vacuum. So what I'm saying is, the next time the opportunity comes right, who is the victim this time? The whole sentiment. Again, there's law and order in the United States, so that's why you don't feel anything. But let's say the little bit of law and order breaks down. Okay, there's always going to be an economic crisis that will come. It'll come. It might be in 10 years, it might be in 5 years, it might be in 2 years, it might be in a year. Some sort of economic crisis, some sort of breakdown of law. It doesn't have to be Jews in the gas chambers, but will there be more Jews beaten up? Yes. Are we going to see a bigger rise of individual level random acts of violence? We're already seeing that by hundreds of percentage points. Not like, so that's a major statistics. And then we had 2 guys gunned down in the middle of DC. When there's a breakdown of law and order, will there be riots against Jews? It's very possible. Everyone thought Jabotinsky was crazy when he said there's going to be riots in Europe, 30 years before the Holocaust, 20 years before the Holocaust. It's a fact. I mean, it is a fact. So it's going to take time. There'll be more and more individual acts of violence. There'll be more and more Jews beaten up in the street. If Mamdani gets elected, that's going to increase significantly from random Muslims or random, crime individuals that will just decide to beat up a Jew in the middle of the street. It's happening in Europe. It's happening all over the place. So I'm not saying that all of a sudden Jews are going to the gas chambers, but God forbid. I mean, but Chas v'shalom, I don't think that's going to happen ever. But I do think that there's going to be, and then Jews are going to become complacent with that and start living with that, and you have to wake up. You have to look in the future.
Right, whatever happens, it's.
How many guys used to? I'm just thinking about it for a second. How many guys used to love Tucker Carlson?
I love Tucker Carlson. I used to watch him on TV.
See,
when I used to. Before I was married, when I was a teenager, I remember I had a period of time where I was like, oh, Tucker Carlson's out, and I'd run to that. I don't even remember what channel. I just remember I would run to the TV, turn on Tucker Carlson growing up. And I thought, oh, Tucker Carlson, he's the best.
Everybody, all yeshiva guys love Tucker Carlson. Everyone knows that. Remember when yeshiva they used to call him Tucker Atzadik?
Yeah.
How funny is that? So I by the way, you should just know on a personal level that's actually when right after October 7th, I started to see his reporting, and it was kind of sneaky, sleazy, whatever. Same way he does it now, just the way he started out over here, and I saw where he was going.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I'm like, something? I always wanted to come to Eretz Yisrael. I thought I was going to start in America. I'm like, what am I doing here? This is not the country for me.
Yeah.
So it's all Menachem and Michoel. Anyways.
Yeah, everyone's look people. There's no people tell me I should talk nicer, I should be softer. God doesn't talk nice and soft. Look at how Hashem runs.
Your kid was running into the street. You wouldn't smack him?
Yeah, that's what's happening. Hashem is like everything he can. He's trying as hard as he can to make us get the message. He's sending these anti-Semitism is blowing up, and it's like the frog in boiling water.
Right, exactly.
It gets hotter and hotter and hotter. Even though it's happening so fast, but it's not happening in an instant. It's a few days or a few weeks between each incident. So it's just like it's not going to.
We got used to it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's the craziest thing.
Anyway.